An enjoyably familiar experience. That's the best way I can sum up what I feel about The Wasteland. It is in no way bad, let's make that clear. The game has solid mechanics, a good variety of monsters, a pretty awesome soundtrack, good level design, and cool bosses while offering a challenge. But there's one glaring issue. I feel like I've done everything here before. The story is rather generic, with a king making a horrible choice that dooms his people, leading to you fighting for redemption. The gameplay is traditional Metroidvania in every way, with nothing new to the table, and the overall level design is, although great, still very basic in its execution. While playing, I had a pretty good time, although in the same breath, I couldn't help but feel like I was going anyplace interesting anytime soon. Although this is a new game, it felt like something I had had on the shelf forever. It was an uncanny familiar feel that I've honestly not felt before. This may be intentional, but to me it feels like a simple plea to make an old school style game. However, even with these claims, I can't knock the game. It honestly is a lot of fun. Right off the bat, I found myself laughing out loud at the difficulty selection screen. The game offers 3 difficulties: 1986, or Proud Hardcore, 1992, Right Guy, and 2014, Casual Scum. I like this somewhat subtle jab at the recent state of video games, and it lives up to this by touting a fairly difficult yet playable level of difficulty, at least on 1992 mode, which I played during my sessions with the game. Later on, I found myself laughing again with a brothel in one of the early game cities. I won't go into details in favor of saving the humor, but know that there are just moments of comedy sprinkled throughout the game. I say subtle, as the game honestly, aside from the moments it means to be, is, in all senses, serious. This isn't a bad thing at all either. I liked being able to sit down and concentrate on the game, while getting an occasional laugh. It led for times where I would actually laugh over a simple smile or small chuckle I get with games like Borderlands, where the comedy is so constant I more or less just glaze over it. There is, however, one point to the game design that I didn't really care for, but won't knock it because the issue really isn't a big deal, but in my opinion was unnecessary. Whenever you kill most of the monsters, or die yourself, they don't simply fall or blink away. Everything dies in this heavily gruesome, bloody death. It's not mainly that I found it disturbing, but more or less that it made moments when a boss or large enemy died less accomplishing. Think about the classic game Doom, for example. The game had plenty of gross or disgusting deaths, but only for the big guys that took more effort to kill, or if you yourself had big weapons on them. If you merely killed an enemy, they just fell over. But on the Wasteland, everything leaks out buckets of blood or pops in a cesspool of organs and mystery fluid. Some people might get a kick out of this, but for me, it was a little much. To wrap things up, Wasteland is a good game. It's plenty of fun, and provides enough content to keep you gaming on. But to those who have played many Metroidvania-style games before, you might find yourself feeling a little too familiar at times. Regardless, it's worth a look at, and definitely one to consider. It's by no means perfect, but it also lacks issues that would make me dislike it. The only real issue I had were the lack of key mapping, but it only requires a few buttons, so I honestly didn't care a whole lot that I couldn't play exactly the way I wanted. With everything said, I'm giving The Wasteland a 4 out of 5. It gives you a fun adventure with memorable humor and solid gameplay, even if it's very similar to many other games before it. I'm Connor Amaya, and thanks for watching my review of The Wasteland. For more reviews and game-related content, check out and subscribe to the Overshield on YouTube. For now, here's more gameplay footage of The Wasteland.